I don't know whether you guys know much about beans. You know there's different kinds of
Ashley
beans.
does.
Roast cocoa. You remember when that shit was famous?
When has it ever stopped being famous?
The mics are blood clot open. Check, check, check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
Welcome back to another episode of The Mics Are Open. This is episode 308. My name is Ashley.
Andy Young.
And Big C.
Unatandikwa na homa, man. Where's the energy, bro? Where's the energy?
Absolutely. Listen, that was the most energy I could give you at the moment. But yeah.
Ulikuwa job leo. You went to work today?
What? Huh?
Did you go to work today?
No, what work?
Have you done any work today?
Didn't know.
Okay. Did you go?
My mom gave me a wild ass concussion. Actually, this seriously broke out yesterday. She gave me vitamin C, ascoril, celestimine, what else? Endawa. And there was something else I don't remember. But yeah, made me black the fuck out last night. But I'm much better than I was yesterday, to be fair. But
I continue telling people I was introduced to Day and Night Nurse by John and G. Back when I am still to complete a whole, you know when you buy like a pack?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone past 3.
Why? Because you recover immediately.
Yo, that shit is strong, man.
So what you're trying to tell me is I should get some today.
Get that.
And by tomorrow I'll be Salka.
Get it. Like into the
serious
weekend.
lack of vitamin D and iron and zinc. You need that shit in your life, boy.
How come you know? But you know, I've been, you know, Kenya's very interesting. Right? Like
and melatonin.
when you watch, when you watch
That's
people on social media,
Yeah.
you notice that everything's the same, right? Like I can tell you the number of girls who are rocking, girls and dudes who are rocking sambas.
Sambas.
Yes, I
Sambas
did a
nini?
sambas, right?
Sambas nini?
I did a sambas.
Oh, Adidas Sambas.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now, if I go on Instagram, everybody's all about what are those shorts called?
Yeah, the ginger shot.
Ginger shorts.
Yeah, the
like
short shot.
Kenya's like that.
Hey, I need
Kenya uniform.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Like
yeah.
everybody's like,
and they're evolving. Yeah.
Everybody, like you notice there's always patterns. Which is the next one?
You tell us.
Matcha.
Oh,
Now, I feel like
it's been there.
Yeah. But
I feel it's been
like
a
you
wave.
notice.
Yeah.
There's a
you-
rise in it right now.
Yeah, you notice how everybody shifts in the same like
Paddle.
pad. Yeah,
That was a wave.
Yeah, exactly.
Running.
Jogging
in the morning. Actually,
Yeah.
I've been doing this shit though.
amen. Now,
Yo, walking. Like guys have been walking.
Yeah.
But it's a thing. Yeah, that's so interesting. Like when you actually look at social media, you can notice some, what do you call them? Some trends.
Can you
On and
usually
on.
tell before the trend becomes like strong? Like right now, are you able to tell the next big thing? Like something's cooking right now.
Well, summer bodies.
Summer body?
Like I've
I
been
don't
seeing.
know.
Like today I saw a chick poster and she was like, my body's gotta be correct because next month is summer. I was like, girl, hush.
Is
You're
it?
really in Kenya, bana.
Next month is summer.
Manze tu- you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
summer
yeah.
over here is
Huyo ni
unless
wa
unaenda
USIU huyo.
majuu, you know, those kind of things. Unaelewa? Because I was like, but anyway, it's good. But personally, not to hate or anything, but to actually like honestly, what I appreciate about social media is never in my life have I ever seen this many people working out.
True. I mean, it's positive at least.
It's very positive.
And speaking of, is there a trend or what was the latest trend or the last trend you jumped on that bandwagon? You stopped being too cool for it. You're like, you know what? Nah. You remember like how back in the day, like we had those trends like minili miss trend ya Supras. I didn't wear Supras.
Wait.
You know, lakini sikupwa ni ya Mohawk. When the Mohawk wave hit,
Yeah,
bro,
you had
ni there.
You had the Mohawk, I remember. We've seen those photos.
So do you remember the last trend you hopped onto?
Hey, boss.
Ashley nakuja kwako.
The last trend I hopped on, I mean, okay, there've been a lot. There've been a lot, right? But the one that comes to mind right now, like
Yes.
at that point where it was very impressionable, it was definitely that whole wave of,
BMW.
no,
Oh.
Wendas,
Okay.
Sherlock's Den, Westie, Bend Over Thursday, Nini, all of those different kind of.
So clubbing, going out.
Yeah. Yeah. But I stopped clubbing.
Why? What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
I don't know.
Ona said, bro, tunangojea harusi yako manzi. Mbaya
No,
sana.
no, I
Mbaya.
stopped clubbing.
Hata Rora show, bro. Tuko 2025, man.
Like Ashley had a very top gig, right? This past weekend.
Yes, Shaka Groove.
Yeah, like I've
big
been
up the
seeing
crew.
guys, post up the what's it called? That Kitedi bear?
Oh, yeah.
Mascot.
Yeah, mascot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like it's so dope. And I wish I'd be there. Like
Inakupatia
Kinimaze
FOMO.
by 10.
No.
By 10, like honestly.
Okay.
By
Yeah.
10, me, I'm on the way digs. You understand?
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's when I say I stop clubbing, it's like that. Like there'll be special occasions when I can go out and I'll obviously have to make myself stay home so that I can go for those kind of things. But that was dope. How was that?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
great. Yeah.
I've not seen that many people in Mass House.
Pretty
Hey, bro,
much,
ilikuwa
yeah.
imeshona mbaya, man.
You were there as well?
I was there, bro.
What
Hey,
ulitoka saa ngapi
amapiano
bwana?
buddies na mapiano warriors. Are you kidding me?
Here's the thing, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know if I want to really say this.
Say
but
it.
yo, amapiano and oontz.
Yeah.
Difference. Najua kuna watu wengi wana knock on 40 wanataka kujua difference ni nini.
And as I think Ash, you wanna chime in on that?
Oh, no,
The-
go ahead. I think you're in a better position.
Oh, cause pia nilikuwa niseme that was another wave. That was another trend that actually came and swept everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's actually a wave. Yeah.
Sindio? Juu ilini hit recently that we've been having different eras of music, but we didn't know there were eras. We thought that everybody was just enjoying their own, taste or whatever you like. But then later on, we realized, oh, damn. So everybody was listening to EDM during that big EDM era. When you're thinking ilikuwa solo dolo, everybody else was still listening to the same thing. Afrobeats came through, the whole thing. Amapiano swept everybody. And then now oontz. Oontz is like more deep. It's like
Deep house.
electro,
EDM.
yeah. But Afro, So African descent, but it's electronic music.
Deep Afro house.
Deep mad. Like unaweza pata ni like 98% beats or something, Amapiano is more vocal. Okay, yeah, oontz could also be vocal and everything very melodic, but to me, it's how the beats hit and the percentage of the beats.
So hold on,
Yeah.
before you lose me. So you've said what doesn't have vocals? Oontz.
Oontz really sisi
Because
rahisi
from
upate.
what I remember of deep house, right? Like
Let me-
house in the 80s and what?
Yes.
House always has like someone speaking.
But house
No,
also
like house, not even the Afro house or anything.
Yes,
Like
yes.
house from back in the day.
Yes.
Like you'd hear someone on a beat saying, "Let me tell you about house," and they'd be chanting like the whole time and all of that, right?
yes.
Yeah.
But you see, even with house, there's different subgenres under house. You could get vocal house. You can get
Electro house.
exactly. Unaona kuna zile ma techno and bro, it's a variety. So there's people who love house, but tutapata kuna mse ako like, I don't just listen to any house. I like vocal house.
So, okay, now
Yeah.
that we're getting specific, and I know this is functional for a lot of people.
Yes.
What, Gondwana is what genre? Is it specific to a particular genre or it's a mixture?
I would say it's more piano. Actually, it touches into a little bit of both piano and oontz. Because if you look at the DJs as well who play there, it's a mix of both. I'd say it's a mix of both.
So Suraj is
Suraj is more piano. I'd say
MGM?
piano.
because for me,
Nimegoogle. Niwasome.
okay,
Amapiano is a South African music genre characterized by its use of piano melodies, deep house, soul, and kwaito elements, while oontz refers to the emerging electronic music ecosystem in East Africa, influenced by amapiano and other global sounds. I thought, damn, okay.
we're learning.
I didn't know it was like particularly tied into East Africa.
Yeah.
So are we the ones who like originated the
oontz movement.
we coined oontz?
Pretty much.
Okay, like it's our own thing. It's South African, but how we
I think it's how we intertwine the music, the musicality of it.
I think. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, go on.
No, because I think it's like in the Grammys how we're categorized as what was the Grammy they gave us? It's for Afro music or something. I'm trying to remember the correct term. And then guys were saying we need a category for West Africa, for East Africa, for South Africa. Because at times you have genres like Afro beats out of Nigeria, which has been massive. Amapiano out of SA, which has been massive for a long time. And then you have Amapiano from TZ.
Yeah.
And now you're saying the subgenre, which is now oontz, coming out of East Africa.
Yeah.
But have we started to export it yet? You know what I mean?
I think it's already out there. I think it's been exported through, like you've mentioned someone like Suraj, right? I saw Suraj was playing, I don't know where, was it in SA or something?
He's been around, like,
so
not just necessarily, he doesn't necessarily just play in Kenya, but he's been around.
So,
even the Gondwana movement, sorry? Ideas.
Oh, yeah.
So I
actually,
think
you'd be the best to tell us about this.
kwanza Byron ni msanapenda hizi vitu, hizi ni
Byron
vitu
knows
zake hizi.
he's at all of these gigs, but
Kina Duma, kina nani, hizi ndio vitu
Those are
zake.
the oontz events now. But then you see the DJs kind of have a little mix of both.
Yeah.
But I think lean towards the oontz demographic a little bit more. Because also, if you think about oontz, it's not necessarily, actually, it is coined from Kenya, if we could say that.
Yeah, juu nimecheki origin ya oontz ni East Africa.
And even the DJs who play the oontz music have started producing their own music.
like Ashwanyaga's got a joint.
Exactly. Nyaga, Idaziz,
UG?
who's in Kenya as well. UG,
Yeah.
Even Suraj has a couple of hits as well that he's created himself, which is like they intertwine like reggae. Mura. Yeah, Mura the DJ. So
It'll be the one of these weekends, Bwana. I need to check in. I saw the Alchemist has one that's coming up.
Yeah.
I think June 4th or something. My friend shared it, and they were my friends in Uganda, and they were like, "Boss, I don't have money for all of these gigs that I want to go to. I need to pick one." So I saw that one's coming up, and I was like, why not? I'd love to. I do. You know, it's good to get out of your comfort zone and go to some of these genres and understand.
True. That was me this past weekend at Shaka Groove, because I'm not the amapiano guy, I'm not the oontz guy, but I went to support the gang, Kina Ashley, Kina Nev, you know, they were behind the scenes organizing and all that, Kina Nyaga, big up the crew. And me and Ashley have had this conversation so many times ever since amapiano emerged, and we were like, yeah, amapiano is cool and everything, but I don't think I'd sit through more than half an hour of that genre of music, cause the up tempo 30 minutes ni mingi sana for me. Ikipita 30 minutes my mind is tired kusynthesize hiyo ngoma, taking in everything, it's crazy. And I always go back to the fact that I think these things can also tell you the kind of person that you are. Like, are you upbeat when it comes to life? Are you more chill and all that? Cause to me, I couldn't sit through an hour, or ntajaribu sana to sit through an hour of kina oontz and all that, but R&B, something slow, like the same speed. Tuchukue an example of an amapiano or oontz song that's BPM maybe 127. I can find a genuine song that's BPM 127. It's just the arrangement of the beats is different. You know, that's how guys do mashups. So it was a true test for me kuenda Shaka Groove, sitting there for more than 3 hours, bro. Najua playlist mzima, I know like 4 songs. The whole time I'm just like, okay,
this is nice.
Show these, bro.
Buddies.
Yeah,
but let me ask you this. Okay, so I don't know. I've got a group of guys who are like in their 40s who some weeks ago were like, yo, we gotta go for Gondwana. They're about that, right?
Yeah.
But you know, just listening to you speak and you speaking as well, right?
Yeah.
Would you say R&B is more millennial, and then oontz amapiano is Gen Z?
Yeah, for sure.
Straight up.
Even for our demographic, for Shaka Group specifically, we were targeting the younger demographic.
Yeah.
It was the Gen Zs. And if you looked at that crowd as well, it was bare Gen Z, like bare
bro, walikuwa watoi manze. Tell your niggas who are 40 before ongeleshe dem manze kitambulisho mkononi.
But for Gondwana, it's a very niche, I would say. Yes, it's a Gen Z event, but it does tap into the millennials as well.
Oh, yeah.
Don't lie about that.
Yeah.
They've also been here for so long.
Yeah.
Like Gondwana popped off in like 2017, if I'm not wrong, or sometime like that. So they've been here for a while. So they've recruited now the millennials, younger and older millennials as well.
Alafu na feel ni kama hii group ya millennials wenye wanaenjoy vitu kama kina Gondwana and such, I feel like these are derivatives of guys who were big during the EDM and Kwaito era, during the 3 a.m. events. Kina nani, the guys who are doing kina story at 3 a.m. 6 a.m. I feel like because there was a break somewhere, then guys just went into Niger, right? So there wasn't a lot of electronic music coming out after that. Maybe Kwaito iliendelea kidogo hapa na pale, getting a bit of South African music left, right and center. Didn't hit as, you know, amapiano came to hit later on. But I feel like with the emergence of amapiano, those guys used to vibe with music at that level. Walikuwa like, oh damn, tumekuwa tukifuatilia wase wetu kina Black Coffee and such. So where they are at right now, the same way Black Coffee has evolved from what he was doing back then. I don't know, sijafuatilia sana.
No, he's evolved.
Imagine if someone also like DJ Cleo did the same thing. I haven't followed up. I don't know. I stand corrected. Maybe he has some amapiano or oontz bangers out there. But wale senye tulikuwa nao ile era, you know, if that transition carried that group and got to a point where, okay, kulikuwa na silence, but right now we have this. What do you guys think? And they fuck with it. I feel like that's that same crew.
Yeah.
Right now, I have guys who are older than me. Izi Gondwana, bro, they're looking for tickets way in advance.
Bro, I see those.
Guys who are older than me.
Yeah.
Wasi wenye walikuwa age group yangu hiyo time, hizo ma 6M walikuwa nazienda. Right now they're going for the same thing. So I'm with Ashley.
It's like there's one that happens at Masai, the one in Rongai.
It's still Gondwana. Oh, wait.
No, it starts with a U. Kunye.
Kunye.
You have been seeing guys on Sunday, they're like, oh.
And you have nice funny names.
Yeah, Kunye. I see that one,
Is
I'm
Kunye like an abbreviation? Ama Kunye na maanisha nini?
Alafu sasa nikuulize.
Yeah.
What's this hype about being behind the DJ, man? Is that like the VVIP most
wanataka kucharge simu, ni simu iko battery low.
Wanataka kucheki watu hapo tu wako tu. I'm like, how did those guys get there? Because the DJ can be celebrated. Alafu what?
Really? These tickets for behind the DJ booth. Are you kidding me?
They're called Vibe with the DJ.
Or if you just know the DJ, then you get the access too.
These tickets for behind the... What? I need to catch up, manzi.
Well, but you know, it's a thing that happens. Like I see it in SA, I see it in Europe. In Ghana, I found myself behind Obi, but that was in the morning. Everyone was high, so there was no ticket for this or that or what.
What did you feel like? Like, is it a thing? Mi kama DJ siezi jua.
I mean, nilienda tu kugotea Obi, nikamwambia niaje good to see you, poop, nikachomoka. But it was just guys hapo. There was an MC. He's called Kojo Manuel. Kojo Manuel says he's, you know, like different MCs have different things they say.
Yeah.
This guy's tagline is, "Are you mad?" Like he can say that all night.
I think maybe it's because of the look. Because I'm thinking of what advantages do the people behind the DJ booth or wasenye kwa nyuma ya DJ, what advantages does that come with? You know?
What the baddies, bro?
So okay, let's take the body. Sawa, that body ana benefit aje akiwapo kando ya DJ ama akiwa nyuma ya DJ. That's what I'm thinking. Because if it's not the look, maybe ende aka flex on the gram ama on TikTok ama nini. Why else would you be there? You know. Are you looking at the DJ's playlist at here and
yeah, I'm gonna mwambia cheze, because to be honest, right? Like, well, I don't know much about this event. I've never been to actually one, right?
Right.
But are you hearing the sound better while you're by the DJ?
That's the other thing. I don't. Maybe if there's a monitor, like close to the DJ, yes. But I think it's just
a flex.
Just being next to the DJ. Like, this is the guy who is creating this vibe for us, the entertainment for us. Me there.
I've been learning these things. Number 2, nikaambio guys are always wearing shades. Nikashindwa mbona watu wamevaa shade bwana.
Utambui.
Sitambui.
You don't know what
time it is. Alafu nikaambio number 3. Nikaambio don't drink anybody's water.
Usikule Keringet.
I was like,
hata Butros anasema kwa ngoma manze, Keringet iko na sweet manze, usikunywe tu ovyo.
Oh, really?
You can't just go and drink anybody's water at such an event not knowing what's inside or the contents of the bottle, bro. You can't.
Interesting.
You can't. I'm sure you know this, Calvin. I'm sure you know this.
No. Bro, I'm actually not lying or capping, right? Bro, I only found out this shit 2 weeks ago. We were having a conversation about like I was asking, yo, why is everybody at a oontz event wearing shades?
Wearing shades. Nani
I
usiku.
was like, kwani, what's up?
And it's
Is this
dark.
thing? Unajua mimi nakuaga nimevaa glasses full time, si kutanga
Unakuanga na
kwangu.
utamu mingi.
Mimi naona
Kautamu fulani.
I'm just watching everybody's just wearing shades. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Hata miwanga
Kumbe.
napiga shades lakini I feel like we're on different levels now. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not usually as amped or excited as them. I wish I was, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But I understand it. I respect it
I mean,
nonetheless.
some it's because of the light. You know, the lights usually.
Yeah,
make
the
it
Kama
strobes
kuna
and
watu wako na
everything.
epilepsy.
Yeah.
Why would you even go there if you have epilepsy in the first place?
I know it wouldn't be the best.
Unaona
Yeah,
msi
I
ako pale
mean-
kwa dance floor manzi.
Yo, that shit is not a joke.
There's also,
Okay,
you know, the
just kidding,
song
just
by
kidding,
Adele,
yeah.
"Rolling in the Deep."
Huh?
Is that a,
There is a fire.
Oh, that's what. Yo, we're learning, bana.
Yeah.
It's called rolling in the deep.
Catch up.
maybe rolling in the deep? You might just not have great eyesight, so you know
True.
it's helped.
No,
Like,
I think that great.
The lights are
eyesight
too
thing has
bright.
been,
There are different
No,
reasons.
like
You're trying to avoid eye contact with people
Is that
at the
true?
club. You're
Maybe you're a little
antisocial.
bit too lit, like drunk.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot
you know
of reasons.
You
this
don't want them to see the vision, like Skepta said.
This see the vision.
Yeah.
You know why I'm saying that? This weekend my daughter sent me a picture of her outfit, right? She was going for a baptism party for her cousin. Yo, it was 9 a.m. She was rocking shades. I was
Go off.
like,
Hii ni bash gani? Walikuwa nacheza ngoma gani?
9 a.m. she was wearing shades, but I love she's like, Mommy, take a picture of me. Eh, Nicole.
Yes.
Hey.
Speaking of mommy, we didn't even talk about Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mother's Day, man.
Yeah. Did you do anything for Mamzi or with Mamzi?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Fanya nini?
She wanted lunch, she wasn't around. So aliniambia wetu tingisha mpesa bwana. But since she's back this weekend, I think we'll do dinner on Friday together.
I have a personal question. If you'll entertain
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
How do you usually handle these moments with Jojo's mom? Because I hear other dads talk about Mother's Day when it comes to their home situation, when you know they're separated, maybe it's shared custody and all that, but there's some things that come into play during such times. So I don't know what it is like on your end, the dynamics, and maybe even speaking for guys who are in situations like yours, come Mother's Day, how do you go about it with,
I mean, Mother's Day, on the particular day, Jojo took her mom for breakfast. So that was
You
pretty
paid?
dope. No.
She saved.
Yeah, she did. So at that point, they were trying to call me to be like, hey, because we were going to breakfast at Yaya. They're like, yo, do you want to come? But I was away from my phone, so I didn't. But after that, they kujad and we hang out. We were playing PS.
They came your digs.
Yeah.
You played PS with Jojo?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm teaching her how to play PS.
Nice.
So, it's a cool thing and all of that. So the mom, after that, I was dropping them somewhere. And the mom was like, yo, no, how? You need to send me money for Mother's Day, for M-Pesa, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not anything too... it's special, of course. She's the mother of my daughter, so it's always got to be very special. But I don't try and make it into something that it's not. Not sure.
Yeah.
Because, she's really someone else's... what do you call it?
Say it.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be like, yo, when I get so stick
know
to
your
the
place.
lane. Yeah, I don't stakagi kuona inaitwaje ati red ni maroon ama maroon ni pink. Bro, hii red ni red.
Red ni red.
Exactly. But it's good to celebrate all mothers out there.
Right,
But
right.
but like Mother's Day. Bro, wacha nikwambie, as a father, manze, that shit is never the same Father's Day. I swear to God.
Vent, come on, let's go.
Manze, Father's Day nakuaga tu pale kwa nyumba tu.
Umeingezea nyelia tu.
If it's like on a Sunday, niko hapo maybe naona kapolite hangi.
Yeah.
Nasikia tu, like last year Jojo didn't send me happy Father's Day, bwan.
But she's taking Mamzi out for breakfast.
Bro.
Damn.
Yo,
And
I was
cat
actually,
feelings too.
where am I? I'm not the only dad here. Where Father's Day napataga the same oxygen. Manze si tunakulaga carbon monoxide.
Damn.
Bro, Father's Day.
Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know, man. I think ni venye tumekuwa too strong sana. Unajua like you used to hate visiting, if your dad would kuja, the guy would pull up with a gazeti banner.
Na soda.
It's just like, yo, here's a G. But if your mama's come, she's kujad with mapocho pocho. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what mapocho pocho is?
And I do mapocho pocho, my good, yeah. I get, but
like chapo, fries, nini.
I think we can extend the conversation, and I stand corrected. I want to say it's a blanket thing for guys only, because even amongst us, Calvin tuseme weni boys wangu, bash yako inakuja October, tunataka kucelebrate, si ndio? Tunataka kupangia bash. The way we are going to plan for that party won't be the same as we are planning maybe for Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley tutampangia hizo mapocho zenye unasema we need this, we need that. Maybe tunataka kumpeleka huku. But kama wewe ni boys wetu,
photoshoot usahau.
Kuna photoshoot, yes.
Bro, imagine ukiniambia birthday yangu photoshoot. I'm like,
piga luku tunaenda studio.
What's that guy from Uganda called?
The journalist.
Mbono nipeleka photoshoot. Unaget?
Yeah.
Like, but you see, like, babes, before, like, Ash, your birthday fikas, manze, like 4 months, amekuwa gym. You guys better recognize.
Yes.
She's already chosen a theme color for the
Asawambia.
Restaurants. Ati, this is the restaurants we're all looking at. Mi nawambia tu tuko geko bwana.
When a boys wako, it's as simple as, bro, uko wapi? Kuja nikununulie chupa.
That's it.
Or something like that. You know, ama tunakutana mahali, moja mbili, and it's a wrap. So later, I don't think we can pick and choose. If this is how we move, then ikifika kwa Father's Day, we move with the same energy. Isibaki ati, or vilonga tuna move, or now I can get to go like, why am I not being treated the way babes are treated when it comes to Mother's Day or something like that?
Like, what did you do for Father's Day last year for your pups?
I think I took him from lunch. Same thing as my mom. Probably bought her flowers. Flowers, maybe like chocolate or something, or cake or something. And then me and my dad took out for dinner or lunch. But okay.
That was this year?
This is last year. This year I didn't. We're having a little tiff with my folks because they forgot my birthday. So
beef.
I'm not doing shit for them until they remember my birthday.
Beef.
So okay. Who's Father's Day, Mother's Day? Who gets the more energy? The most
Pretty
energy?
much equal measure. I'd say Mother's Day because my dad also involves himself in it. Damn, this makes my mom look bad.
I was about when mom don't contribute nothing if you come Father's Day.
not as much
as
my dad would, right?
Understandably also.
Because my dad will be like, what are we doing for mom? Are we buying her flowers? Are we doing XYZ? For Father's Day, it's pretty much just me. Like, it's just like, hi, happy Father's Day. Let's do lunch. I'll probably get him something that he likes, maybe like a flask or...
Socks.
No.
A short or two.
Actually, yeah, socks, because he likes like funny socks as well.
Zinga.
For damn sure, like a little green, you know.
But your parents have expensive taste and taste buds, bro.
I mean, look at who the fuck they raised, right?
Damn, I can't imagine buying Ashley's dad like a body.
But you already know what bottle he'd like.
But see,
some 12-year-old shit that will probably cost me my rent for 3 months.
Once a year, bwana.
Yo, once a year, yo ni rent yangu ya miezi 3, bro. Nafanya nini?
I do. See you.
Ashley's dad, bro.
No, green label.
I respect that nigga. I respect that nigga.
Okay, well, yeah. Or gold.
Yeah.
Or blue if you have it.
Nimeona fridge yake vile inakaa manzi. I've seen kina Ashley stock what it looks like, bro. Labda nimlete bia ya boys like bro cheki.
Bring him a balozi.
Mimi unajua mfuko yangu manzi. Maybe nimpeleke ka golfing 1-2 and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you heard that today's the day of recording is my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, mom. Sharing a birthday with Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
That's the most gangster shit ever.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Also, your favorite rapper might be a Gemini.
Who?
Your favorite rapper.
What do you mean?
Think of your favorite rapper.
Drake.
Okay, besides Drake. Drake is your favorite rapper?
One of.
So who's your favorite rapper?
Drake.
Do you have a favorite rapper?
Mac Miller. I don't really. I say I have seasons.
Seasons.
Yeah, like when I say seasons, is this right? It's funny that you mentioned Notorious. I think you mentioned it on the pod. You probably won't
happy
right?
birthday to Notorious.
Yeah, and I was talking about how it's the day we were talking about R. Kelly and Asha and them. Yeah, and I was like, yo, I just remembered Ready to Die. You get, so I was
You
like,
love that album.
Yeah, I was like, yo, let me go back and listen to it, right? And like right now, I've gone through a phase where I've not listened to Hov in a while, Kanye a while. But I've gone back. I've started listening to like Drake here, there, Mark Miller, like Big Boy, those kind of things. So I wouldn't really say I have a fave.
A favorite, okay.
Yeah,
Seasons.
It's like right now I'm listening to the new Snoop album.
You like it?
I'm on track 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wiz Khalifa?
Ooh, yo, that Wiz, bro. You know me, by the way, I don't know. Like, you know, I get excited about Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa when Wiz Khalifa was Wiz Khalifa. Sinishai wambia how I went to Athi River to deliver a speaker.
Yep.
Yeah?
You
And
also-
that me and that chick she used to just smoke weed. And she had a kahomi hapo she was smoking weed with. Nikawabaya woofer. God damn. That was fucking character development.
You good now? Me, nah.
Fuck.
Feeling
So
better.
anyway, Chevy Woods and all of those. Hey,
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. The new one
Kushendo Orange
with the collab with what's my guy?
Dre.
The guy from 3-6 Mafia. Juicy J.
Oh, Juicy J.
Yeah. A brilliant album. I'm really feeling that one.
Yeah. Now, rappers who are Gemini's Kendrick, Kanye, Fetty Wap, Lauryn Hill, Notorious B.I.G.,
Damn.
Andre 3 Stacks,
hold on.
Ice Cube,
Go back.
Kodak, Ghana,
Damn.
Tupac.
The top of that list was very feisty. Kendrick, Kanye,
Yeah.
Lauren.
Lord Hill.
Yeah. Sijasema Zilia Banks hata.
Hey.
Fetty Wap, Notorious,
Why are they all so-
Andre 3 Stacks,
Three
Kodak, Ghana, Trippy, Tupac, Dave
Oh,
East,
Tupac.
Heavy D.
Sheesh.
That's wild. Actually,
Is there anything in common with all these rappers?
they're all
They're
very,
very feisty.
aggressive.
Very, hella, hella.
Very feisty.
Very.
I like it. So happy birthday, mom.
Yeah, man.
Najua inatokea Friday, but-
Friday unampeleka place.
I think many nimesota mbaya. Mam usijali, give me like
Kambi.
2 weeks. Nipate wiki kama 2 hivi. Kuna kadili kanaivana mali. Takuja kukutreat manze.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You know, for me, like with my old lady and this, like occasions, because I think I've said it. The older I get,
Yeah.
the more I never want to miss any of these things. Like this weekend, we're supposed to go to a place in Gatondo. We've got like a family thing where my uncle and cousin are going to be speaking to like some male youth. My auntie, her sister, mom, they're going to be talking to some young ladies. I'm like, do I want to spend my Saturday like that? But I'm just like, fuck, it's family time. And my mom is like, hey, so you're going to take me? So I'm like,
And your mom is proactive.
Yeah.
You know, atakutafuta. Like there's no getting or running away.
oh, she's at my crib on Friday, bwana.
She's ready for Saturday. Mnapo ukienda.
Bruh.
Sasa Calvin
There's
nikuulize.
nothing like ati oh pick me up.
You know some things will change at some point, bro.
Why?
Nani akiingia?
Yeah.
So will your mom be having the same access?
Bro, what do you mean?
I mean, what I'm asking, nigga.
Yeah.
She's gonna
What
be,
do you mean?
She's gonna be having the same access.
No, like my mom can crash at the crib any goddamn day.
Really?
Yeah.
Even
Fam.
with wifey
come
there.
on.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
What do you mean?
Cap. Stop the cap.
No. She's respectable enough.
Cappuccino.
And of course, she's going to respect the space. But it goes both ways. Like if her mom wants to stay at the crib, sour. If my mom wants to, you get what I mean?
Now that's different. I feel like not in the negative connotation of the phrase, but you're a mama's boy. And I feel like your mom also plays that part of being a mama's boy's mom.
Yeah.
And
but
she's
you
with
see-
it. So
Yeah.
even from conversations that we've had with you here on the podcast, there's a time I don't know, you had a thing with your mom hadi ulikuwa una contemplate kuchange locks or kuchukua
Yeah,
funguo.
kufunguo, yeah.
Exactly.
Because she's spending a lot of time.
That's what I'm
I
talking
remember,
about.
yeah.
That's what I'm
But you see-
talking about.
Imagine how your wife will feel if after every 2 weeks or so your mom is hanging out in the house. Like, it's our house, right? Like, let's say me and you get married and I'm just like, okay, I'm checking into the house and I'm spotting Calvin's mom is in the house. And she's like, oh, hi.
on your favorite couch.
Yeah, she's like, oh, hi. Yeah, I just walked in,
Okay.
used my spare kidney. And I'm just like, why the fuck didn't you tell me that mom's going to be here? You get?
And-
Even
and-
if you've told me, you know there's going to get to a point where starts causing
rift.
rift.
I think-
Why she's always here? Why is she always here?
Why is your mom always there? That's crazy.
I think how to put it is this, right? I might have had a bit more energy when I said, could never. But now when I hear both of you, it definitely would have to balance. You get what I mean?
Visiting is cool.
Yeah,
but
and I think it's one of those things where. Like I think of it, let me give you guys an example, right? I don't like talking about too many things I'm doing, but allow me to use this as an example.
Let's go.
Right?
We love it.
So I was talking to my mom about building a house in Shags. So I'm like, yo, in reality,
no,
in Nyeri. I was like, how many bedrooms do I actually need? So I was like, yo, me was ready to stop at 4 because it's a crib in Shags, nice wart.
Question: whose crib is this?
My crib.
Your crib.
Yes.
What's the agenda for this crib?
So it's my crib. It's like how for instance, you have a shamba in Shags, and you want to build your own Simba. Like Austin will put it. Like, hey, if I'm in like this weekend, if I say, yo, you know what, I'm tired of Nairobi. Let me go to my country home, right?
Got you.
So we're having that conversation with her. And I tell her, hey, I just need a 3-bedroom, my daughter, wife, maybe another toy or what. And maybe I was like, maybe an SQ or some, those kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yo, how does this old lady ask me, what about my room?
Exactly. Hey. That's what I'm telling you.
She said to me
what about my room?
And me,
mom at the top. I need a placard called mom.
I said to her, I was like, yo, no. You got your own crib. You've got your own crib. She's like, yo, what do you mean?
In her own crib, does she have a room for you?
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like I can tell you.
he is the only child, for damn sure.
You get, but here's the thing. Like,
she'll say I'm the only
I
mom.
can tell you.
Valid.
I can tell you in the last 5 years.
Right.
5 or even 6, 7 years. Have I spent a night at my mom's house? No.
5,
you get what
years.
I mean? 5, 6, 7 years. But you see, when that came out, and it was a conversation that, hey, and she caught a feeling. So I had to talk to her brother. I was like, yo, wagwan, bro. This is what happened. Her bro was like, bro, now you got to realize that now you've gotten to a point in life where she's older. You're now the one who's taking care of her and all of these kind of things. So if she feels that she wants a room in your house, I mean, it's a tricky situation because considering where I'm building the crib, you just got to exit the compound and go to now. You get what I mean?
Yes.
And I didn't understand why. Hey,
now we're at a very important.
These things are very
Ni tricky sana.
Always mwambia ati, hey, you're not welcome. Do you know? Actually, her message back to me was like, "Does that mean I'm not welcome in your house?"
You have bigger problems, bro.
Jeez.
We're at a very good nexus. Ikifika kwa hii conversation, I want us to take it somewhere. But before tanisahau, I had wanted the dads listening before your conversation ipote kabisa. Ikifika Father's Day, maybe we've talked about it in the past, but let's rehash it. Things change. How would you prefer, or what kind of treatment would you want to receive ikifika Father's Day? Because maybe we might be clueless. Inaweza kuwa like, I want to be treated well, but I don't know how.
True. As
so
a man,
all the dads listening, or even if you're not a dad, maybe a future dad, unafikira in future, ningetaka kutritiwa 1, 2, 3. Ingia hapo kwenye comment section. Now, back to this conversation. This is the nexus I'm talking about. When did you start treating your mom as a woman? Because I feel like it's important.
What do you mean as a woman?
This is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's important for people when they reach a particular age. Yes, you know it, but you're not thinking about it actively, that your parents are human beings as well. And until you get into certain situations with your parents, when you have to start treating them as human beings, you will always be the child, and you will always treat them as, this is my parent, this is not a human being. They're supposed to fit into this definition and character. This is what's supposed to be playing out. For example, like, sijui kama ushawahi argue na mama yako as an adult, where you're like, yo, mom, I mean, tukwe too honest. Yes, I get 1, 2, 3, but this is where I'm standing. And I say this because there's certain interactions that you're going to have with your parents, and they're going to respect you for being the person that you are, because you didn't cave into their demands. Ama because this is my parent, whatever they say goes. So I don't know kama ni place umefika.
No.
It's something you've encountered, or not?
No, we have very honest conversations, right?
Yeah.
And I think for like right now, it's crazy as at times your parents,
Yeah.
they take care of you as a child,
Yes.
take care of you until you're grown up, still a child, and then it now starts to be a point where you're now more of the adult.
Yeah.
You've been asked a lot more things, and also that boils down to responsibility. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. Before I even continue, there's a tweet that I saw yesterday that I shared, and it said, "There's a man who repairs for everyone around my complex just finished washing my windows. He says he's glad he can feed his kids." I asked him, "How old are your kids?" He said, "There's one who's 39, there's one who's 35,
What?
and another who's 30.
Damn.
This man is 68.
Damn.
Oh shit then.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That man at 68 shouldn't be doing that. You get what I
But
mean?
we don't know the circumstances.
We don't know the circumstance,
Yeah.
but bro, 3 kids
I get it though.
at 68.
All up
I get it
30
though.
plus.
Yeah. Something's
the
amiss.
dad is still
So hence
working.
why back to
Yeah.
my point where it all boils down to a level of responsibility.
Yeah.
So if you've got that responsibility, you got some shit going on, or maybe you don't have it all figured out, but you're figuring. There's a level in which you now want to give back to your parents.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Take care of them, make the burden lighter, and so on and so forth. And if you're blessed and you've got a lot more, even when they become pensioners, they don't need to really dig into their pension. You can
Yeah.
take care of them.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you now start to get into that whole phase of like, okay, cool. So like now me and my old lady will discuss, okay, this is what different projects she has or what she wants. And I'll be pushing her because I'm like, yo, you don't have the energy that you had 20 years ago. You get what I mean? But now I've also still got to push them as she did push me to be like, oh, do this or what, keep busy, nini. Like now she's back in school doing some other shit.
Or degree ingine anafanya
No,
degree
she's
ingine
doing
now.
some short course for nini Sidri, it's to do with GCSE.
But your mom is a scholar.
Yeah, she's a scholar,
she
and
loves
I
this,
figured
yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And she'll be done, and it's a 3-month course. Evening classes. Bro, Upper Riara University, thank God it's online. Yo, she calls me, she's like, yeah, I've got class. Bro, they even have class on Saturday.
Man.
That's what she wants to do. So
Come to
she'll
the
be
territory.
like, hey, I know there's been courses I've paid for her. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just grows. It's one of those things. I feel that you probably saw it with your mom and her mom. It's innate. And you know, in as much they usually say every parent wants their child to have a life better than they experienced.
Yeah.
Then when you've achieved that, what's next? You also want your parents to, you want to spoil them.
Yeah.
Now, I have something for you, but I want to get Ashley's. say.
And when you say that, like, I fully agree
Pause.
with you because it gets to a point I think you become partners with your parents instead of them being your parents and you being their children, because also it gets to an age where you have knowledge that they might not have, that you can actually educate them on, or you might be able to advise them on how to go about things a little bit more differently than they used to, than they could go about the situation. So yeah, I fully agree. There is a point where you become partners in this thing where you're literally discussing like, okay, how do we invest in certain things? If I want to invest in certain things, how do I go about it? And it goes both ways. I mean, I personally am still going to eat my parents' money, but at the same time,
Which I feel like you don't still do enough of, but okay.
It's true. But at the same time, I still want to treat them sometimes, or most times I want to treat them because like I'm this far because of the person that they've made me.
Right.
And it comes down to also them trusting enough in the way that they've brought you up to believe that you will be a responsible individual, or you have the best interest when you're doing things, even when you're entering an argument with them,
Right.
or you're having a tough conversation with them. It's not necessarily out of malice or anything. It's more they won't catch a feeling because they've raised you well enough and they believe that they've raised you well enough to actually bring certain things up.
Yes.
So that's pretty much how I think about it.
I think for me, looking back, I don't think I can per se pinpoint the exact moment when I started realizing that, or the dynamics are changing. But I think ilini hit later on that, it's when when I started saying no to my parents. And it was a big, like, I remember thinking, damn, am I about to say no to my mom? And it was such a big deal to me, but I knew I had to say no. I knew I had to stand my ground. And I think this is how the respect starts coming in. Because now even your parent, because your parents will always see you as their child.
Yeah.
Until you get a point where now the responsibilities start flipping, where financially when unaanza to contribute more, you start sending something. Ikifika maneno ya kwenda hosi, you're the one who is taking them to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. Things do change. But because tumekuwa hapa for such a long time, as we move out of this, you as the parent right now, you're in those shoes looking after Jojo. She's growing up, blah, blah, blah. The same shoes your mom was in, right? And then she becomes very successful, and I pray that that's the case. I hope that that's going to happen, right? Now, are you going to be entitled to her success once she makes it? Or should your life just keep going the way it's been going regardless, and you can't have a say over Jojo's success or money's or finances?
Well, honestly, that's a hard question. It's complex because
umesema Jojo hapa before umesema Jojo ni insurance policy yako.
Yeah, of course. I've said
if
it.
I have children.
No,
that's insurance policy.
Here's the thing.
And retirement as well.
Yeah, retirement. Who are your retirement benefits? You get. So here's the thing. I've how would I put it? I've seen when my grandfather was alive, and I looked at how my mom, uncle, auntie used to be, right? So like, we're tea farmers in Nyeri. So tea farmers get a bonus. And by all means, and all my gukas, biasharas and what, he was nice, right? So every time he'd get a bonus, he'd always share it with his children. Like Akina, my old lady, they'd always get a slice, which I always try to figure out. I was like, bro, you're retired. Why are you doing this with them? You get what I mean? Because every October they knew we got a bonus as well, which, I mean, that's their own decision and everything. I don't get no bonus. Like I'm not treated like how they treated
getting bonus
treated, which is okay. But here's the thing. I want to continue working as hard and work even harder,
right,
to have systems and facilities that can take care of me even through whatever age. You get what I mean? I don't want to be I don't want to say one of, right? I don't want to be a burden to her. Like I want it to be, hey, my hard work has enabled me to take care of myself.
Yeah.
But that does not take away from the fact that, hey, if she wants to take care of me, sawa.
By all means.
You get
But
what I mean?
you want to go like,
I don't want to I don't want to be, that whole black tax kind of thing, because that is in that category.
Yes.
Like you're just like, yo, I took you to these schools, I did this.
I changed your diapers.
No.
I carried you for 9
Chill.
months.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what's mine, when I'm gone, she will inherit with the rest of the kids and all of that, my family, wife, all of those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I don't wanna be that guy who's doing things right now. I'm doing it because it's a thing to do. You gotta, because what does that saying say? This is not even ours. We're just borrowing it from
the future.
From the future.
Yeah,
You
from
get
the
what I mean?
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of things. And the best thing that you could actually do is give your children, your family, anybody who's around you, a really good life, and for them to impart that on other people. You get what I mean? But also that's from a point of privilege. We gotta also say that, because there's people now. Say for instance, there's a mother or father who's waiting on bursary so that they can educate that kid, so that they can now, go and get a better education. And they'll even be camping at that MP's office,
Yes.
They're like, hey, tupatie your bursary, so that this kid can go to high school, get to high school, get that good grade, continue, say, okay, this loan or this, get help. you'll pay it after you whatever, so that they can. So at that particular point, this parent is now doing it to better that life so that you can come back and help me. And there's so many of those stories. Guys who moved their parents out of dire situations because of education, you know.
So when you make it, they're not gonna come out with a whole grocery list of everything that they did for you to
So
get
it goes
here.
both ways. There's now me who's saying, okay, inshallah, God bless, and you know, hoping and everything. I'm like this. But there's also that parent now who's just like, yo, I don't have the means.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's life, and like I like to say, this thing is not a straight line, eh?
True.
Yani today you could
curved.
think, my guy, inaka maisha ni sambamba.
Yeah.
Kesho you're like, God damn.
Life comes at you so fast.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I look at it, man.
That's fire. Oh, damn, how much already?
Yo, let's talk about vegetables. Hii nataka sasa tuwe ni. Bro.
Mboga kama mboga.
Mboga, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Nyi mnakulanga mboga?
I'm sure.
Eh? What do you mean? You're whipping...
Village neko alisema manze. Magroceries tunakula mbaya.
Yo, kwanza, oh shit, I'd forgotten that.
Yeah.
First and foremost, yo, personal shout. Wacha niwaambie story.
Sema.
Monday evening, I'm leaving the office. I was like, hey, you guy, man, I've had beans, msay. Then,
Bosho.
shout going out to my guys from Nairobi beans. I didn't have no beans in the freezer. So I was like, wacha ningi hapa Naivas, nichukue beans, na nichukue chapo mbili. I'm like, dinner is set. Then I ekelea pilipili. Then I chukued some avocados. They have avocados. They have like those Hass avocados.
Yeah.
1 kg for like 188. So they come in a kanini. Nikazieka hapo kwa closet. Zive in darkness. So those should be ready around the weekend. Bro.
Kuiva kwa giza.
Manze. Si nikakula beans. Nika dish. Nikajiekelea hapo kwa bed. I was like,
Mbosho zikafanya ile kitu.
bro, my stomach has never been that bloated. Yo,
Ulipiga coconut kwa nini kwa beans?
ilikuwa, they told me coconut.
Slaps.
No, they said beans nazi. Hapo
Nazi,
ndio nilikuwa like, ongeza.
Yeah.
Then naekelea pilipili.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
my stomach was bloated. You know those ones, I'm laying in bed like this watching telly. You get mpaka had to scar like this, man.
You did it githeri every day for supper in high school and it shows.
Bro, you know, here's the thing, right? I don't know whether you guys know much about beans. You know there's different kinds of
Ashley
beans.
does.
Roast cocoa. You remember when that shit was famous?
When has it ever stopped being famous?
Roast cocoa was famous. Like, there's different kind of beans, and I think they have gas levels, eh? Bro, manze, yo day nilikuwa tu nasikia tu tumbo. You guys sit in the loo, it's just, oof.
But that's what beans is gonna do to you, bro.
What?
The hack, drink hot water with lemon. Hot water with lemon
After?
right after, yeah.
After kula beans?
Yeah,
But these beans, for them, they were the problem.
it works.
Because me, the other times when I get...
beans pia na
Yeah,
pia vile zimepikwa.
Because my guys for Nairobi beans, when I kula those beans, me, I'm nice.
Yes.
I'm nice.
Yes. There's, I think my mom ever told me that because after high school, nakumbuka when I went back home, I was like, there's no way I'm eating githeri. When you guys are making githeri in this house, I will get something else to eat because I had githeri every day in high school for supper,
You're
bro.
traumatized, kiddo.
For supper.
Yeah, for supper
God
every
damn,
day.
man.
And then on Saturdays it was special. Ambayo ni mudhokoi. Bro, I know. So my mom kujaribu kunikatia nikule at least githeri yenyewe anapika. She's like, you know, it also depends with how the githeri has been made. You know, what the beans soaked in water, like your maji ilikuwa inakaje. What kind of beans are we even talking about? Cause they're different. So maybe for you, upige more investigation hapa na pale.
I never going back.
There's some combinations that kind of slap. I also said that, but in the past 2 months I've been eating beans a whole lot, bro. Na kitu kama mchele, because if you find the right beans, utakuwa sawa.
Let me tell you now.
I found the right beans.
Now let me tell you. You know, you guys, me, I'm about the hacks. Yo, me, I'm about the hacks, right?
Yeah.
So the other day, we're talking about veggies, right?
Yeah.
So kuna homa.
Sanitize that hand.
Fuck.
Shit.
Sanitize that hand.
So the other day, you know when you're coming on Lenana Road, eh?
Yes.
There's a very famous restaurant over there. That bagel, coffee and bagel
Yeah.
place. Behind it, there's a Somali...
Hapo mali kuna kawash.
Yes. Nyuma yapo, unajua kuna kuanga na whole, like a small strip mall. There's Somalis who have a wholesale.
Awalai.
Yes.
Warges.
Manze hao say wana bahari Mazuri san. You know how this guy said.
You tried.
I bought mchele over there because me, I'm one of those guys. I buy this shit in stock. It's like I live with 5 people, but me solo. Mchele nikinunua, it's a wrap. There'll never be no rice. You can even your phone in there. Nini. Fuck off. So anyway, manzeyo mchele, it was so nice. You know, there's so many. There's like 18,000 types of rice. Do you guys know that?
No,
like,
I didn't know.
So many different types of rice.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yo, the good thing is when I make that rice, when I'm pouring it on the whatever on the plate, my nigga, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4.
Vile zimeachana.
It's so beautiful.
Wangu unapika kwa rice cooker ama
me I'm not a guy for complication.
Like a two maji
that's it.
Air fry wangu inatengeneza mchele.
No.
Oh, no. I'm just asking ignorance. Mimi sijui sina air fry.
But it's more like fried rice.
Right? Like you can make fried, right?
If you cut the foil in there.
Yeah.
But no, ama you take out the kimain.
And then you can soak it in a little bit of water.
That's a good. We're
about to try that.
And then munilete results.
But anyway,
nikienda kununua air fryer 2013 nitakupa.
But then ukienda kubuy air fryer, buy the new ones, because I have G and I have the old ones, the Von Point and all of that. There's newer ones that even cook faster because you put the heat even higher. Like unaweza sema kanyama uchome hapo kwa air fryer, si mimi nagoja hapo sijui inaniambia 25 minutes. Or if you put the heat up kabisa like this Nutri something, you know those ones.
That's the one I have.
That's you got one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's bad, eh?
It's serious.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's still an older version because I got it like back in 2019. But it still does the damn job.
One of my pals in the States the other day was making oysters. See oysters.
You can make anything in that bitch. There are even some that are grilled. Like it's
Does yours have the see-through?
No, mine doesn't have that.
That one has a see-through. You can see the nyama, you know, when it's doing, like it's getting burnt, it's just like...
Everybody likes what you
know, like now when you have bacon, when it's line straight.
Then it does.
And it now starts curling up.
Well, I've seen a lot of things curling up.
Ngoja before nakuona manze before
umsena tuwekea budget hapo
before tumalize man before tumalize I have a random one that will not add any value to your life. Is just a random one to malize on a high or a low before for fun's sake. Now Ashley,
damn.
We atujare waru before tunini
or vegetables hapo ndio
garlic or
listen, none of the
garlic faces off against potatoes for the final of the greatest vegetable of all time. I beg to differ.
Can I say this? You can't put garlic and waru in the same. You can't compare the two.
That's trash.
Because then compare garlic with ginger. Well and good. Garlic hands down, right?
Yeah.
Compare waru with I don't know.
Do you know how many things you can make from waru?
Bro, fries, wedges, mashed, mokimo. Oh, stop it right there.
Your own man.
Damn.
Stop.
You know, even kids, you can feed kids.
Stop
what?
It right
Vodka?
there.
Oh my God.
I've stopped contaminating people. My bad.
I thought you were being feisty for once, man.
No, stop contaminating
but then
people. Okay, hit it over here.
No.
This one is
can I mention the other contenders? Ndio tujue wagwan.
Yeah.
So kuna.
Don't say carrot.
This is not me. These are the contenders, right? From this research, which I think is just cap, right? So turnips, that's how you say it?
Tulips.
No, this is turnips. This is tulips.
Turnips.
This is turnips. Yes.
Turnips. I know what you're talking about.
Turnips.
Yes.
The one that's like.
That one.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're atuko hapo. There's corn.
It's straight.
Okay, corn.
Tomatoes, which I beg to differ, because technically tomatoes are fruits.
Yeah.
No? Yeah? Yes?
Oh,
no? Yeah?
turnip.
Okay. Moving on.
You know
eggplant.
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Eggplant, beetroot.
Actually, it's
Brussels sprouts, pumpkin, potatoes.
So pumpkin and potato, we can put them in the same
category. They're actually in the same category.
Yeah.
Squash,
as
mushrooms,
well.
peas,
okay,
artichokes,
minji,
sweet potatoes, onions, chili peppers, leeks, cauliflower, cucumber, asparagus,
broccolis,
peppers, avocado.
Hey.
Avocado ni kila kitu.
Avocado.
And then potatoes and garlic there.
Celery, lettuce, carrots, green beans, okra, broccoli, radishes, zucchini, spinach, cabbage, garlic. Out of all this,
They picked
Bro, hii ni
potatoes.
kaa World
battle
Cup.
of the veggies
World
imefika
Cup.
potatoes na garlic.
Unajua venye World Cup wanakuwaga na 32 teams.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. Whoever arrived at whatever, it's like Saudi playing Brazil for the final. How?
Hapa sasa tunasema nini?
No, guys. Am I serious?
Technically,
Yeah.
Healthiest I'm giving garlic. Garlic is the healthiest.
Beetroot.
But in a face off,
that's true.
for vegetables, potatoes, because out of all these vegetables, I'm with you guys. Potatoes to me ni kama eggs. Like there's so many things you can do with this one
That's
thing
true.
that you can't do with all this. Hizi zingine maybe additives hapa na pale.
That's true.
You'll see them once in a month or once in a year. But
Boil
potatoes,
potatoes. You
That's
can
what I'm
fry
saying.
potatoes.
you can hit
Yeah.
someone with a
Roast
potato.
potatoes.
Like you can do so much.
Like you can, oh my God, potatoes are it, man. You can. Do you know how many types of ways you can season potatoes?
Facts.
God
So
damn,
many. You can bake. You can, bro. There's so much you can do with
Everything.
potatoes.
bro. Like I
We
just
fuck
need
with
some lays
potatoes.
right now.
It's giving our Jerry's is showing.
Bro, pale kwenye mlima man.
You know, potatoes make everything nice, bana.
They do.
Imagine-
Timwaru man, Timwaru any day.
imagine kitoweo bila viazi.
Imagine Githeri without waru.
Ai.
Aye, see, that was what high school these guys were kuleng. Do you think they had money for warus huko?
Alafu unaekewa watu
What was
wengine
a
moja
luxury?
bigi.
Yeah, but-
Bigi manze. Unakata hivi na jaza sahani mzima
You
man
can
and
have
you're
mokimo
good.
without waru.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. What's the biggest potato you've ever seen in your life?
What? Now we're supposed to measure with a tape measure or something?
No, like,
How do I know the
have
size?
you ever gone to the soko and seen like a potato like this?
You're like, fuck, this is gonna, you have to chop in like
Like
4
3
ways so
times,
that you
but-
can.
Yeah.
It makes you happy, right?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Thinking of all the portions that can come out of this
Fact.
You
huge
know,
potato.
do you know how many types of ways you can dice tomatoes? I mean, whatever's.
We've
potatoes.
actually gone on for like 5 minutes
Bro,
talking
you know,
about
Potato.
potatoes.
do you know,
I like
do you know,
it.
do you know like how you have those different whatevers for dough? You can even do potatoes
Oh,
like
that's
that.
true.
You can even make up potatoes
you can
like
even
this.
shred potatoes.
What?
Hash browns. Oh
What?
my god.
Hash browns. Imagine
Yo.
that.
I don't even think you can introduce anything else after that.
Yo, you know why I'm saying that?
Unless you
know,
want to, we can go
Actually,
on.
this is a brilliant business idea. Imagine unachonga viazi chips in different styles. Uneka msee kidole hivi.
No, that's work.
You know, it's
I
like
thought-
how.
I thought-
See, there's
actually, Ebu,
there's that
hata
guy for
ningemaliza
burgers.
mapema.
Those spiral chipos.
Yeah.
What are those guys called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
See, babes were buying those
The
chipos
wiggly-
more
wiggly
because they were very
qualities.
like they were very fluid.
This has been the mics are open.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We'll
Yeah.
see you all next week.
Your name
This has
is
been episode 08, and my name has been Ash. Thank
Andy
you.
Young.
Wait till I try those fry thingies. man.
We apologize for
Big
Calvin.
C.
Yeah.
Big crispy.
God damn, let me go.